Welcome to our 5 on 5. Pleased to be joined today by Scott Kelly, Asante CEO and President. Good to see you.
Nice to be here. Thank you.
Thanks for being here. Yeah, so congratulations on the new position.
Thank you.
So the transition didn't just happen out of the blue. You've been
didn't.
working with your predecessor, Roy Vineyard, on this for some time. How long, for lack of a better word, have you been training for this?
Yeah, I mean, I would say my entire career, but I've been at Asante 19 years. So I've done a lot of different things at Asante. I came as a strategic planning officer in 2000, have been the CEO of Rogue Regional Medical Center, Executive Vice President, Chief Operating Officer for the health system, and now President and CEO. So I certainly have been in Southern Oregon for a long time. You know, my kids were raised here. I know the area well, and like I say, I've been here for 19 years, and worked with Roy during those 19 years.
Yeah, exactly. So do you have an idea of which position maybe better prepared you, the CEO of our RMC or the COO position you just held?
That's a great question. They all had a little different perspectives. So I would say no one of them prepared me more than the other. I would say each of them just getting the different perspective on the organization. So moving from a corporate function to an operations function, to oversight for multiple locations and facilities. All of them had their really unique qualities and were all really good.
What strategic plan are you working on for Asante?
Yeah, so the strategic plan, first of all, I think it's pretty important that I say thank you to the almost 6,000 caregivers we have. I mean, they do an amazing job, the volunteers, the physicians, the staff, each and every day. They really do a great job. And so as we think about our strategic plan, we're not going to see dramatically different shifts from me than we did under Roy. Roy set a great base for us, but certainly focusing on access, consumerism, population health. Those are some of the things that you're going to see Asante continue to drive towards, and we have been over the past several years. And so we're going to continue on that course. We've got a strategic plan that's set by our board, and I'll continue to carry that out.
Okay, we're going to take a quick commercial break.
Certainly.
Much more in just a moment. Stay with us. Welcome back to our 5 on 5. Again, here with Scott Kelly, Asante CEO and President. What do you want potential patients to know about Asante?
Yeah, I think what I really want the patients to know, and the people who live in Southern Oregon and Northern California, is we're the only locally provided, locally owned and operated health system here. This is our home. And we will strive each and every day to provide the best care that we can, be it at, in Medford, in Grants Pass, in Ashland for patients that live on the coast down in Northern California. We really desire to serve that area and work hard to do that for each and every patient.
What's the #1 compliment you get from patients?
Yeah, that's an interesting question. When I think about the compliments, and I get a lot, which is why I think it's important to thank the staff, because really they're the ones providing the care.
Sure.
But we hear a lot, and I hear a lot about our clinical quality. So I think when the publics read, we're a top 15 health system for 6 years in a row, or a top 100 hospital in the nation, or one of the best in cardiac care, or whatever the case may be, I hear a lot about the care that people receive. And the clinical care is excellent, but also the caring way that they receive it. So a lot of very positive letters, people talking to me just about the way that the care is delivered throughout our health system.
You might have seen it coming. It's a two-way street, that previous question. What's the #1 complaint you receive?
And if I look at complaints, so if I go back, because I've been at Asante for a long time, so I will say I very rarely get a complaint anymore. When I do get a complaint, it's usually about communication. It's almost always tied back to communication. Very rarely do I get a complaint that we didn't do something well clinically or we didn't provide the needed care. It really is that communication, which is why our vision statement, when we talk about being your trusted health partner for life, every person, every time, we do have to get it right every time with every person and every interaction. And there's hundreds of opportunities with every patient for us to get it wrong, and we just have to get it right. So it's really that communication piece.
You mentioned nearly 6,000 employees, and you spoke. You thanked your staff, your employees for the work, as they are the front lines, as you say. What should they know about your leadership moving forward? Yeah,
my leadership is not going to be tremendously different from Roy's, and I do want to thank Roy for his leadership over the past 2 decades. I mean, I think he's built a really strong foundation for Asante. I would say the thing I am is I'm very inclusive. So I want to make sure that we get feedback, that we listen to our communities, that we listen to our caregivers, that we truly are a great place to work. Matters a lot to me. So you will see me being one of those leaders again who's very inclusive, and the staff and the 6,000 people that work at Asante and our volunteers, they've seen me for decades. So there won't be any surprises there.
Okay, great to see you. Thanks for taking the time.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
All right, stay with us. We'll be right back.